Like as soon as I swipe, every single time I'm putting it in my budget, right? And I'm letting her know, like, all right, we got $40 more this week. We got $40 more, you know, and then we that's it. All right. And it goes back to the other point of being honest too, right? Like I want to be disciplined, but I have to be honest too about my budget. So that way I can stay on top of everything. What about you?
So
what do you
true.
think about?
Well, I think I've had to. So today, Sean, I closed one of my bank accounts, and one of the reasons why I did it was because, for flexibility purposes, I just wasn't able to monitor the dollars like how I wanted to. You know, it was a bank account that I had set up because I was leaving overseas and I needed something that was more formidable, you know, than what I was working with. But then, like, I found out that like T-Mobile came out with a bank account, right? So with T-Mobile, I get discounts on my bills, plus they get 4% up to like $3,000. So people tap into that, you know what I'm saying, and get 4% on your money. You just got to make 10 purchases. So one thing that I did was, if I was going to buy some cheap stuff on Amazon, I was doing it that way, right? Mm-hmm. So when I was getting big savings checks, it was just easy to slide over to the digital account. But like when I was overseas, like Wood Forest, just it wasn't really working for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd make a purchase and it was a legitimate purchase, and they were doing a legitimate job, but it just didn't work for me. You know what I mean? And so getting back on the, you know, putting away, you know, so as much as I've gone through the baby steps, like I still kind of hold on to certain principles because of how my career and things work out, and like how, you know, I'm going to manage the payments and different stuff that happens, right? And so, but I still keep the principle of trying to, you know, keep the savings board together. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, if I only have to manage 2 accounts that I can slide back and forth, this is, you know, basically my checking, and the other one that's a checking is going to be like a savings because they're going to give me 4% on my money. You know what I'm saying? And at the baseline is 1.5%, but it's still better than no percent. You know what I mean? And so a lot of people, you know, it's hard to grasp that, but it also, I get the instant updates. This is going on because it's an app, right? So now I can pull it back and make better decisions. Like, to be completely honest with you, bro, like I would have blown money. Like if I was, you know, shout out to y'all inviting me out last weekend. But, you know, I had a couple of things set up, you know what I'm saying, you know, talk to some breezies and do, you know, different stuff. But like my mind, I had to think when and that's the thing about it is, it's like, even with discipline, we're going to talk about community here in a second. So when you talk about community, that also ties to your friend groups. What was very, very powerful is me aligning myself with you and Zora. Even though I don't follow a lot of the stuff that y'all say with the savings and the discount, it still keeps you ripe in the head when you got those people just saying those little things. Because even if it doesn't register in that moment, it can register to something else, right? Because you hear the numbers and how y'all splitting them up. I mean, the dollars, I mean, I could pull up the message right now. It was like, yeah, $22.75 for this with the, you know, with the calculations, with the, if you want to do this, the split gonna be like this. And I'm like, that's the energy that I need. I just don't, you know, it's just, maybe it may not be right in the moment, but that energy is life-saving, and it keeps your discipline together. That community helps you out, because I know that I got a team. Like, y'all the team, like y'all like family to me, you know what I'm saying? And so in that family type situation, it's like, hey, if I'm doing this, hey, Sean, hey, Zora got some type of what she know about the street over there with the, you know what I'm saying? That saves you so much time and money and effort when you have friends and that type of community that really helps you out. And a lot of times we got to create our community. And so when we talk about community, what pops up in your mind?